So for Pittsburgh, does this really make sense to trade for Justin Fields?
No.
It's a no deal for you on that one.
I like.
You're gonna really piss off all the Justin Fields fans. Okay, they're coming. They have pitchforks, dude. They were all in the comments.
I don't get the infatuation with this player.
Dude. Like, it's
like if you love Justin Fields this much, like he's had the same career that Zach Wilson has, and no one's clamoring for Zach Wilson. Like, matter of fact,
Zach Wilson has bigger highs than Justin Fields has.
The second most productive quarterback out of that draft class was Trey freaking Lance. He just kept getting hurt. That dude never even got a shot. If you're going to trade a pick for a player, trade it for Trey Lance because he still might have the talent. Like, he just got hurt. Like, that's all there is to it. Not that I'm an advocate for Trey Lance because I don't think that he is fast enough to do what his game wants to do in the NFL, but the problem with Justin Fields is you get 1 year with him and then you have to pay him.
Yep.
And so you're going to be sitting
like
there.
Like you said, it feels like a Daniel Jones situation.
And then what are you doing? Like, what if he doesn't play well? God forbid, what if he gets hurt? What if he gets hurt? You know, and he misses 8 or 9 games. And not even like 9 games in a row. He just is up and down. Kenny Pickett's thrusted back in the starting role because I can't imagine too many people are knocking down the doors to trade for him. And then you got Kenny Pickett and Justin Fields. You got no future with any of them. I honestly think that if you could control NFL free agency and trades, like, what is the best place for Justin Fields to go next year where they have a quarterback need for him to be successful?
I know it's kind of cliche at this point. Atlanta's up there. Good offensive line, decent weapons. Depends on the offensive coordinator being put in and, you know, what offense they're going to actually deploy. But it feels like a pretty good spot.
For me, and you're close to what I think, if you're Atlanta and you have all those pieces, and the problem is every time Arthur Blank gets in front of a microphone, he talks about how they have Super Bowl talent. Like, Justin Fields is not the guy to get you to a Super Bowl. So I really think that they're zoning in on like a Kirk Cousins type thing.
Yeah, reports have come out for that one that they're ready to offer a contract.
If I was trading for Justin Fields, there's 2 places that I would want to bring him in. Or if I was a Justin Fields fan and I wanted him to be successful in the NFL, I would think about him going to the Saints because they have Chris Olave and they have Alvin Kamara. But Denver, like with Sean Payton, like if you want him to be successful, then you have to put him with a coach that is going to be able to be willing to help him be successful. And sending him to Sean Payton seems like the best chance for him. And I just don't think Denver does that because they already got the same type of situation with Russell Wilson. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I just think that his ability, he would have to grow so much as a passer to ever be. And his running game it's not like Lamar Jackson needs to learn how to throw the football. Like, he's not Lamar, you know.
Lamar's an alien. You can never, ever talk about Lamar.
And you still got people out there that think he's a sack of crap, even though he has 2 MVPs. Like, you still have people out there that want to question his ability and his talent. And, you know, the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns don't count. Only passing touchdowns and passing yards for quarterbacks count. It doesn't matter that he had 44 touchdowns because, you know, 10 of them were rushing. That doesn't count. Oh, almost got a cramp. Almost fell over in my chair. That'd be fun. Lamar Jackson got me riled up, baby. Justin Fields is none of that. Like, he's not. And I don't know, like, you're going to trade for him to give him the reins for a year. Like, you don't run it back with a lame duck head coach that only has 1 year left on his contract, unless you're the Cowboys. You don't run it back with a lame duck quarterback. It's not something the NFL does. And to trade for him, you know, and we're not talking about a player that has been really, really good but plagued with injuries. Like, if he can just stay healthy, he can put it together. Like, he's been healthy. He just has not done it. He can't throw from the pocket. He can't do any of it. And you know what's funny is this is like a 49ers / Cowboys centric podcast, and I feel like most of our stuff has been about this player for the last couple of weeks. And it's honestly, it's not even to the point where, like, we can argue the Brock Purdy thing, right? Is he elite? Is he not elite? There's statistics on both sides to back it up, blah, 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 blah. What is the argument for Justin Fields? Like, what is the argument as to why he can throw for 35 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions and 4,000 yards next year? Forget that. Let's go to Lamar Jackson. What is the argument that he can get you 35 touchdowns in any type of way, 4,000 all-purpose yards next year? What is the argument that he can do that? Because we've never seen it. We've never seen anything come close. So why is this a player that's so highly sought after? And I would love for him to be successful because it's good for talking points. Like, up another quarterback sucks. Yeah, well, that's, standard. Like, it just, I want to be proven wrong. I don't see watching him what makes people think like, oh yeah, he can take the next step if given the right opportunity.
The only thing that people were even saying in the comment section trying to argue with me is they weren't even talking about Justin. They were just talking about Caleb. That's the only thing that they would talk about. It's like, oh, well, Caleb's not a guarantee. Congratulations. Welcome to drafting. Nobody's a guarantee. You're drafting off of potential, team fit, what you can do with the player. You're not drafting off of guarantees. There's not guarantees in the draft. We talk about there's certain like blue chip prospects, right? Last year, Peter Skoronski, I'm like, yeah, if you're going to get a guarantee, it's going to be this guy. And the guy was good. When I say it's a guarantee, it's like as close as possible to not a tackle, Peter Skoronski. As close as possible to a guarantee as you can get. In this year's draft, is there a blue chip guy who's going to be as close as possible to a guarantee? Maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. is a guy who is there.
Brock.
But what?
Bowers, baby. That dude is going to be.
Guess, yeah.
He's going to be legit. He's going to be a legit tight end.
Yeah, I can live with that.
But then the funny thing is he's going to go top 5, and he won't have a Sam Laporta year. You know what I mean? But it's just like, that's how great that kid's year was. There's really not. And the funny thing is we might not even see an edge rusher. We might not even see a defensive tackle edge rusher type player go till like 10 or 11. Like, wherever Dallas Turner goes, he's going to be the first one of those guys off the board. There's really no it's not like, listen, if Nick Bosa was sitting there at number 2 and you were talking about Kyler Murray, we already got Josh Rosen on the roster. Do we take Kyler Murray or do we just roll with Nick Bosa? This is not this type of situation. Like, unless you're going to call up the Cardinals and trade to pick 4, and pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. But even then, I don't think that adding Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Bears turns Justin Fields into a successful quarterback. I just don't.
No, it doesn't. No, not at all. I mean, at the end of the day, Caleb Williams' floor is higher than where Justin Fields is playing right now. That's what it is at the end of the day. Sorry, he's just not a very good quarterback, and the traits and the tools that Caleb has, it's too high to pass up at the end of the day. And again, like you said, Justin Fields, he has not shown you, and he's not proven to anybody why he should be the starter on that team over Caleb. Sorry, a guy who hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL, Justin still hasn't proven on why he should be the starter over him.
And frankly, either of those guys, take Drake May, move back a pick, and say, call the Commanders and say, hey, we're taking Drake May. Do you want to move up to 1 for Caleb? Like, what do you want to do? And take him. Either of those guys, because their potential is higher than Justin Fields' potential, because we've already seen Justin Fields. His potential is no longer. It doesn't matter where he was drafted. It doesn't matter. That's all ended. He's just a quarterback in the NFL now, and he's not playing the position very well. So if you're going to add Marvin Harrison Jr. and you're going to add all this other pieces, like, there's nothing you can do to guarantee him a successful season next year. And guess what? What happens if you trade away the pick and Justin Fields has the same season he had this year? Let's just say he has the same exact season. And then Caleb Williams has and he probably won't do this, I understand that, but what if Caleb Williams has a CJ Stroud type year and Justin Fields has a Justin Fields type year? What are you going to do at that point besides fire everybody? Justin Fields threw for 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions this year on 61% completion rate. Like, that is abysmal. 61% completion rate. Abysmal. 2,500 yards. You want to run that back? Why?
Yeah, and if you're looking at some of the advanced statistics too, he's 18th in money throws, he's 15th in danger plays, he's 16th in pressure throws. So I don't want to hear about, well, he had no time to throw. It's there. He was 21st in interceptable passes. That's with missing a couple of games as well. He's 22nd in yards per attempt. You're looking at 32nd in accuracy rating, 22nd in true completion percentage. That's true completion percentage. Deep ball completion percentage, 13th. Pressured, 9th. So that's his one bright spot, it looks like. Play action, 35th. Red zone, 17th. So clean pocket is 32nd. When we talk about you can't play from the pocket, you're looking at 32nd. And to the dude who literally tried to tell me that most quarterbacks are terrible pocket passers, and then you name off Patrick Mahomes, you're an idiot. That I shouldn't even read the rest of what you said, because it negated everything that you said. It just doesn't make any sense. True passer rating 20th. I mean, I can go on and on and on. QBR 22nd. He's just not good. At the end of the day, get over it. And that's what Justin Fields is.
QBR literally exists to factor in a quarterback's running potential. Like, they needed another stat that wasn't just particularly passing based, so they invented QBR. Yeah. He was 22nd in QBR. Like,
yeah.
He got sacked 44 times. You're a mobile fucking quarterback. How are you going to be mobile getting sacked 44 times? How does that make sense? You're supposed to be mobile so you don't take sacks 44 times. Like, you cannot be getting sacked 3 times a game when you're supposed to be a mobile quarterback. Like, when Russell Wilson was at the height of his powers, he did not get sacked. He ran around for 657 minutes, and then he threw a 90-yard touchdown to freaking Doug Baldwin every time. I'm pretty sure you can look up the stats, guys. They ran that play where he ran around behind the line for 105 hours and then threw a touchdown to Doug Baldwin 796 times. I'm pretty sure that's
Russell Wilson's time to throw, because he held the ball on, was like always top 3 in the league year after year after year, because he would just hold the ball and keep running around.
Yeah, and it was top 100 percentile against the 49ers, because I watched it for 103 years. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, Justin Fields doesn't have any of that. He doesn't even I mean, honestly, I would just, if I were the Bears and you don't want to take Caleb, just pick up the phone, say, hey, Arizona, let's swap picks. Give us Kyler Murray. You can have Justin Fields. You can have Caleb, and we're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr., and we'll run it with Kyler. That would be 1,000 times better than running it back with Justin Fields.